So what's up?
Not too much. What about you?
I don't know, not much. It's what have I been up to? Shit. Have I done anything these last 2 weeks that's remotely of note? I spent a lot of it just at home in bed. It's been a rough couple of It's been a rough couple of weeks.
That's okay. You take care of yourself.
I started watching Riverdale, but I think I talked about that last episode.
I saw you talking a bit about that.
Yeah, nothing really else has happened to me in the last 2 weeks. I just been posting pictures of animals.
That is
sometimes.
A-okay.
How's your day looking?
Mine's pretty alright. I was out of town for 2 weeks visiting friends for Halloween and then like a concert.
For what concert?
Screaming Females. I don't know if you know that band.
I know the name, but I don't know too much of their music.
They're a cool punk rock band. I've listened to them before, but like at the concert itself, I was like, oh, just kind of blown away.
Yeah. I do like a concert experience that can do that to you. Like I am perpetually wanting to go to a Carpenter Brut show just because I know that like that show will just be so fucking intense.
Oh, that sounds great. I also saw The Lighthouse while I was out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. We're gonna talk about that on the podcast probably.
Nice. Without saying too much, I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Willem Dafoe hog cranking funny moments. I also saw Parasite last week, which was very good.
I had just heard about that like for the first time last night. What is that?
It's a Bong Joon-ho directorial film about class disparity.
Ooh.
It's really good. It made me laugh. It made me cry a little bit. It made me. I did a gasp. I held my breath. It did many things.
I love it when a movie does that.
Yeah, just a shotgun blast of different feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a good movie. I'm probably not gonna get a chance to talk about that on the podcast, actually, factually, because it's definitely not a horror movie. But go see it. That's probably gonna be my light bringer this week. But hey, go see it. You want to get in the podcast?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody, everyone, it's your number one surprisingly good podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm
this.
Sarah, and I'm joined this week by
hello, I'm JB, also known as Gemstone Jester.
We have a Homestuck on. We have finally after 3 years of this podcast, we finally have a Homestuck on the air.
Wait, you say this. I have touched like 5 pages of Homestuck. I know nothing about it.
That's very surprising because Gemstone Jester is an extremely Homestuck-like name.
I could see that.
Like a username. Like I can see Turntech Godhead talking to like Gemstone Jester. I genuinely thought that's what your name was. I genuinely thought that's what your handle was for as long as I've like known you.
Oh no, but that's okay. I can see that.
Oh, I'm sorry to associate you with Homestucks. The joke was that the joke was that I've been a Homestuck since day one, but don't tell anyone.
I am a little bit interested to look into it at least a little bit more than 5 pages.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's what I hear from people.
Got some ups, got some downs.
Yeah.
But JB, tell us a little bit about your horror movie history. It's what we always do when we have a guest on for the first time.
I am a big fan of horror films and games and just, the the season and Halloween. But I also particularly like animation, so that's why I went for my choice of movie for this episode.
Oh hell yeah! It was my review is good.
My review is also pretty good.
Yeah, but that's cool. What's your favorite I don't know if animation is a subgenre of horror movies, but setting that aside, what would you say your favorite subgenre of horror movies is?
Probably psychological horror.
It's a good call.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, just for general horror movies, like, my favorites are probably something like Scream, and then I do like Nightmare on Elm Street, which is Elm Street, which is a little bit psychological. But then, like, something like Silent Hill, I very much enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna go to check out upcominghorrormovies.com real quick, see what the latest news is with movies, and see if there's anything that we give a shit about there, because I never check the website in advance, like I should. They're making a new Tremors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, actually,
how many is that now?
I don't know, but there are actually a couple things on here that I do want to talk about. I want to talk about. Did you see the trailer for the new Invisible Man movie?
I have not, but I saw that on Twitter. Like,
it's
scrolling
got
by.
the what's her name? She's the woman who was in Mad Men, and she's also in Handmaid's Tale. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But she is the main character who's being like tortured by her abusive ex, who is also the Invisible Man, and it's like that is an extremely compelling like elevator pitch for a version of the Invisible Man I might give a shit about. But more important, well, not more importantly, curiously, this also revives the Universal Dark Universe, or whatever the fuck they were calling it. You know the one I'm talking about? The one that, like, Tom
with
Cruise
the mummy?
is the mummy. Yeah, Tom Cruise is the mummy was supposed to be the first one.
Oh, God, I watched that.
But now it's back?
I guess it went away.
Yeah, I mean, it did go away. Like, after fucking...
movie.
Yeah, it died after the Mummy, and yeah.
With like so many.
Oh God!
Studio.
I need you to hear how bad this could have been from the Wikipedia page.
Oh boy.
Development of a new Invisible Man film began as early as 2007 when David S. Goyer was hired to write the screenplay. The project was announced to be revived as part of Marvel's shared cinematic universe in 2016, intended to consist of their classic monsters, with Johnny Depp as the titular role in the film. Like, no. Can you imagine the gall? Like, if the script is like based on what the script. God, if the script was what it currently is when it was offered to Johnny Depp, that's fucking ghoulish. Like, I'm pretty sure by that time, like, all the Amber Heard stuff had come out, and like, the idea of calling up Johnny Depp to portray like an abusive boyfriend who tortures his girlfriend is a little bit. I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of fucking the. I can't even fucking...
If I was a producer, I'd be like, I don't know about this choice, man.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I'm completely forgetting his name, which is probably for the best because he's a piece of shit, but, it's kind of like when Woody Allen cast himself as someone dating a teenager.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Like, it's just really bad. Or when Louis C.K. did it.
Right, that movie.
Yeah. Ugh. But I'm glad that that's not happening. We've instead got Oliver Jackson Cohen, who is not a person that I recognize because
I also am not familiar with that name.
They've been in like 6 things. Elizabeth Moss is the name I was thinking of. Elizabeth Moss. Who was also, I'm just now learning, the daughter of the president in West Wing, which is fucked up.
Huh.
I watched that show.
How was it?
It was. I watched the first season at least. It was okay. There's a trailer for the new Nick Cage movie, Color Out of Space, which I haven't really. I'm curious about just because it's got Nick Cage in it. And
another Nick Cage horror movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, who wants to hear a terrible? You ready for this plot that I just found on upcominghorrormovies.com?
Both yes and no. I'm not ready.
Okay, so the film is called Body Cam.
Okay.
focuses on
footage?
several LAPD police officers who are haunted by a malevolent spirit that is tied to the murder of a black youth at the hands of 2 white cops, all of which are caught on a body cam video that was destroyed in a cover-up.
Oh.
You know, here's two people who were in that movie. Nat Wolff, who you may remember as possibly the boy from Hereditary, or possibly one of the Naked Brothers brothers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and also Mary J. Blige.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming. Keep your ears tuned to the ground for that. Sorry to engage in outrage marketing. It's just that just seems extremely in poor taste. But to be fair, like there was a movie that came out like 2 years ago called Let's Be Cops that came out like the week after Michael Brown was murdered.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why people are. I know why people are making so many cop movies. I just wish that they wouldn't.
I
like,
know.
There are like 6 movies out right now that are all like Black and Blue, Blue and Black, 16 Bridges, Cop Fight.
That's
Cops,
a
Blue
lot
Lives.
more than I thought.
Like, it's just some of those were real. I don't know how many of them were because I definitely made some of them up, but I made some up that were definitely like possibly real. Body Cam. Like, stop making movies about cops. Like, even if there wasn't the whole thing of like cops are fucking garbage, like they're also uninteresting protagonists.
Listen, the only blue life that's coming to film that matters is Sonic the Hedgehog.
The only like cop movies peaked in 2007 with Hot Fuzz. Like no one.
You're
like,
right, and
movies,
you should say it.
Honestly, cop movies were not really essential up to that point. But now, past Hot Fuzz, cop movies have just become irrelevant and obsolete.
But that's the only one you need.
Right, really, it's the only one.
That's probably my favorite comedy film like ever. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's up there for me. It's definitely up there.
I'm not too big on like pure comedy films.
I also did find it kind of interesting that like while that movie is definitely a cop movie, it is like about like an extreme like a system full of corruption, and like the idea of one good cop is definitely a bad idea. It's just like the entire like police department in that movie is portrayed as like incompetent and bumbling or at best and malevolent at worst.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is pretty interesting.
Could I go back to the Dark Universe thing for a minute?
Yes, we can go back to the Invisible Man Dark Universe.
So like I don't want more like cinematic universes just with like Marvel and DC and so many people trying for that. But I feel like a horror movie universe with how much Universal owns is a weird niche that could be fun. And that's probably why I was most upset with The Mummy, and I hope they can do it right this time.
I mean, The Mummy did give us fucking that trailer.
I do really like that trailer for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. That trailer was a work of art, honestly. Like, like yeah, I know the sound.
And then just like,
the fucking the sound, like, was there like a sound effect for like all the locusts flying through the window, or was that
I don't think there was.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it just cut to the inside of the plane, and like the pilots were like just getting swarmed. There was like
just being like, breaker, down.
Anyways. I feel like it sounds like we're doing a sound test in like an NES flight sim game.
God, there's another trailer I know that did that. I don't know if it went to theaters with it, but the Men in Black reboot had like missing audio.
Yeah, but that one, I genuinely thought that one was like that was me putting on a bit of a tinfoil hat, but I really did think that one was like manufactured. I did not think that one was legit. The Mummy one definitely, but like the thing about the Men in Black one that made me think it was manufactured and not real is that it wasn't really that funny. Like the important parts, like it just seemed like someone trying to capitalize on the possible virality of that, but not like willing to go to the point to make their movie look stupid for it.
But the Mummy one also went to theaters with that.
With that, no. That I thought the trailer was just leaked. I thought the trailer was leaked and didn't like was like that. That was a version that actually got pushed to YouTube or something, and they had like the actual correct version in theaters.
Maybe I thought there was like a story about how that went to IMAX theaters with that cut.
That could be the case. I don't remember that story too particularly well, so you could be right. But anyways, let's get into fucking Monster House.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a movie that I lump in with a couple other movies. Like, this is like a very much, it exists in a spot of I would see commercials for this movie on Cartoon Network all the time around Halloween because they would be airing it like every other day. It was that one like bad 3D one that I know I've referenced in recent memory. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Do you know what I'm talking about? There was like some kid dressed up like a cat and some kid dressed up as a witch, and it was like really bad, like early Maya shit.
With a cat dressed up as a witch, you're not taught like.
No, there's a kid dressed up as a cat and a kid dressed up as a witch.
I don't remember. I know that's not like Scary Godmother or anything.
I don't think it is. Let me double check though.
I don't think anyone. Oh wait, it might be. Like, I love that special, but it is very much early CG.
It might be Scary Godmother. Hold up a sec. Let me fast forward a little bit to see if it's. Oh yeah, this is definitely the one I'm talking about.
Is it really?
Yep, this 100% is. You're right. There's not a cat to be found here, but in my head I had pictured a cat. Yeah.
Well, I thought there was a girl dressed as a cat.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, definitely Scary Godmother. So Scary Godmother, Monster House, and Hocus Pocus. But we're here today to talk about Monster House. Directed by Gil Keenan, who has not done much of anything else of note. And there's no joke. I thought he looks kind of like irradiated in his picture, but there was no funny punchline I could get to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, the only other thing of note from his, like, catalog is, like, filmography is, like, the Poltergeist reboot.
Yeah. Did anyone see that?
I've not.
This is, but possibly more perplexingly, a screenplay by Dan Harmon, which when I found that out, that made perfect sense to me because some of the jokes in this felt like kind of like low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But like when the writing was when the humor hit, it was like it was that Dan Harmon razor sharp shit you saw on like some of the early Community stuff.
There's some lines there's like scenes of dialogue I do really like, but then there's also like some that just kind of really fall flat.
Yeah, there's some extremely good jokes in this movie. The one at the very end when Chowder hucks the basketball up and it just gets stuck made me. Like, I had to genuinely pause the movie because I was laughing too hard.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I also like the whole, those two cops, particularly the rookie.
Yes. Weird combo. Kevin James and Nick Cannon.
That is a combo.
Like, it was the it was the mid 2000s. Like, you could just kind of fucking slap two characters together and that's what you had it.
I mean, like, this also has, like, that guy from Napoleon Dynamite in a cameo.
John Heder.
Yeah.
John Heder. Yeah, I thought that John Heder was playing the guy who looked a little bit like John Heder for a second in this movie. But yeah, so we open with a one shot, which is not a particularly impressive one. I find it hard to be impressed whenever animation does it, but that doesn't change the fact that I still liked it.
This is a nice looking movie. There's a lot of visuals I enjoy.
Yeah.
For 2006, it's nice.
Like when God of War came out last year, a lot of people were jerking off over the fact that it's, oh my god, it's all in one shot, which is like, that becomes a lot less impressive when you're doing it when it's digital. So but the thing is, by the same coin, I do really like to see it.
I liked it, but I get what you mean.
I'm a huge sucker for a oneer. I just don't think it's particularly technically impressive if it's not like people on a screen having to not fuck up for an extended period of time.
This is obviously like an edited movie, but did you ever see Birdman?
I haven't yet.
That's a pretty good movie that probably would be up your alley if you like that kind of one-shot deal.
Yeah? Is it just a oneer from start to finish?
I mean, there's obviously bits of things they'd have to edit with some parts of the movie, but it's played up like a one shot from start to finish.
That sounds impressive. I do feel like I need to see this movie. I feel like I heard about it a lot, and then I heard people talking about, oh, it's overhyped. This movie is dog shit garbage, and now I'm thinking I just might like pay Amazon $1.99 to watch it on a Tuesday night.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. But so it opens on this one shot following this girl riding her tricycle and singing a tra-la-la-la-la song, and she fucking. What causes her to stop? She just like skirts onto the grass, like skirt onto the grass at the titular monster house.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets stuck, and then Mr. Nebercracker, which great name for an old dude, by the way. Like,
good name, and I love Steve Buscemi as this character.
Steve Buscemi is great. Like when they fake us out with his death, I was genuinely sad because I was like, man, I wanted to hear more Steve Buscemi. But so he's just like yelling at the girl to get off his line. Do you want to get eaten? And he's like, he's. It's just kind of like he kind of looks like Grandpa from Hey Arnold.
Oh my God, you're right.
Like the head shape is different, but the get up is the same.
He's animated really well in this movie too.
To be fair, Grandpa from Hey Arnold is kind of like his head is kind of shaped like the landmass that is Spain and Portugal. Like, not a very normal head on that man.
No.
But, so she just, like, fucking gets off. She, like, just leaves her trike because she can't move it and just fucking sprints off. And then Nebercracker looks at the camera, and we get a pretty cool shot of the camera, like, doing, like, a huge, like, a huge pullback, and then we're in the room of our hero, DJ Walters.
Which we'd never get, like, what that means in this movie.
Yeah. We don't know we don't know who DJ is.
He's just DJ.
We got a Hannah Montana alumni in this movie.
I did not realize until, like, I watched it last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It also just does not sound like him, like, from...
Mitchell Musso, a.k.a. Oliver from Hannah Montana, which is the Catgirl version of Hannah Montana.
You know, like, Hannah Montana.
Yeah. Exactly. You get it. Let's see who else is in this movie. Who else is in the star cast of this movie? We've got Jason Lee as Mr. Bones.
Yeah. We got Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, yes, we do. Who the fuck is Sam Lemmer? That's who plays Chowder, and this kid looks like he did not get to do much.
Oh my God, he was in the Truth or Dare movie from last year.
Oh my God, he was?
Yeah.
Sam Lerner?
Yeah.
Wow, I watched this man.
I've not seen that movie, but I want to. It looks like a dumb, fun movie.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
No. It did not look very good.
It ends with a YouTube video.
Oh. But, oh God. There's not a lot of big names in, like, the main cast.
No, but, like, you go down the list, you see Steve Buscemi, you see Maggie Gyllenhaal, you see Kevin James, you see Nick Cannon, John Heder, previously mentioned Jason Lee, Catherine O'Hara, Fred Willard, like, just the fucking the rogues gallery of bit roles in the 2000s was always a fucking treasure trove of actors. Like,
you get Fred Willard for like 2 minutes.
I mean, I say of the 2000s, like, it's not like we don't have Patrick Stewart playing a turd in 2018.
That's true.
God. It's just fucking Calvin Ball in the animated movie series, in the animated movies, huh?
Yeah.
At least we're not getting a sequel to Mars Needs Moms,
which is from the same studio
as
Monster House. This is an Image Movers film.
Wow. Oh my God, it is Robbie Z.
Yeah, they also did
Polar Express. Oh,
Beowulf.
It's only 2 years apart, but Polar Express looks so much fucking worse than this movie.
Oh, it does. I love Polar Express, but you are correct.
Polar Express. I always hated that kid with the glasses. That kid was
Mandark?
always just genuinely grating to listen to.
Yeah. But like, what I appreciate about Monster House is that for like a motion captured film, it has like a style about it that is not just going for a realistic look.
Yeah, this is it. When I found out that I found out shortly before recording that these were all mocapped, like this was all like the Polar Express was, and I was genuinely surprised because with how like non mocapped everything looks, I guess like they're not aiming for a uncanny valley thing, which I think really benefits to it. I think a big problem with mocap back in this time period specifically was that they used it as a sort of like a method to further realism, but the closer they got to realism, the further away it was getting from like perceived realism. Whereas I think
stylizing it is much better.
Yeah, I think using mocap for stylizing is a much smarter use of the technology.
They do good with the expressions in this movie.
They do. They're pretty good.
And the only other movie I can think that does like mocap but is not at all going for realism is something like Rango.
Yes. Oh, that movie is so good if Johnny Depp was not the main character.
I know, but it's like I love looking at it.
It's so good. Bill Nighy is the fucking like the snake with the fucking bandolier of ammo strung every which way around his body is
it's
so
good. I love that movie, but God, it's like hard to go back to now.
Yeah, kind of is. Kind of the same way that I find like I don't know, Baby Driver hard to go back to.
Yeah, I love that movie too, but it's really rough.
Stop hiring sex creeps to be in your movies, please, so that we can enjoy them.
It's not that hard. Do a background check.
And also so that they can be like punished for their like horrible misdeeds.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But so we meet DJ, we meet his parents briefly, who have some fun dialogue, and the dad is like, "I'm not gonna tell my son that I love him. That's bullshit. He knows that I love him. I'm not gonna say it," because dad's being afraid to show emotional intimacy. Do you get
Toxic masculinity? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun. But we meet Chowder also, who is our funny man. Our Patrick Star to DJ's SpongeBob. and Chowder's like, "Hey, what do you want to go as for Halloween this year?" And DJ's like, "I don't fucking want to go trick-or-treating. We're like,
I'm getting too old for Halloween.
We're 12 years old now.
We got to think about more important things, like I don't know what 12-year-olds worried about."
Yeah. And he and DJ and Chowder they quote-unquote play basketball. Chowder does a fun, like, really bad dribble thing.
That was a fun scene.
And then he throws the ball at the hoop and it bounces right back and hits him in the face, which, very funny. Very funny. It was in all the commercials, but it was a pretty funny joke.
Unedited from the commercial, it's funny.
Yes. The commercial version is very, very truncated. So they're shooting hoops, and then the ball winds up in Mr. Nebercracker's yard across the street.
Yeah.
And they go over to get it, and they wind up getting chased around all over the place by Senor Nebercracker, and then Nebercracker fucking beefs it. He gets a heart attack while chasing DJ and just fucking collapses. And he doesn't actually die, but we are very much led to believe that he dies in this.
Yeah, it's convincing.
Yeah, he gets carted off. DJ is traumatized, and this is when we meet Elizabeth, aka Z, the babysitter, who, if I'd seen this movie as a kid, I would have had a really big crush on this character.
Yeah.
Like, you just get the sense for the characters you would have imprinted on as a child.
Yeah. Could I say, for like a quick minute, for some reason, even though I was like 10, the commercials for this movie kind of freaked me out with just the house itself.
The house was kind of creepy.
And that's kind of what drove me to not watch it in theaters, but then like I watched it a year or two ago and I love it.
Yeah. The scene where DJ is like running around from Mr. Nebercracker trying to escape, and Chowder is refusing to set foot on the property and just screaming, "Help! Help!" It's really fucking funny.
Don't look back!
But so Nebercracker beefs it, drives off in the ambulance. Z shows up, and what happens next?
She breaks a pot.
Yeah. She's like, hey, be a nice kid or I'll break shit and tell your parents that you did it. And then she breaks shit and says she's going to tell his parents that he did it.
Classic babysitter. DJ is just your average kid that no one understands.
Yep. Mom and Dad and Z always giving him commands. Like, go to your room.
That's it.
That's it.
There's really...
Yeah.
It's a surprisingly tame babysitter.
Yeah, and then Jason Lee shows up to torment him a little bit for looking at the fucking house and being like, hey, it's haunted. I saw a girl. I saw a bad thing happen there. Uh-oh.
Oh, that scene actually made me remember. There's like some really odd camera angles they do at points in this movie, but I kind of like it. Like, how it tracks his close-up.
Yeah, I wrote down the cinematography in this movie is so weird.
It's very odd, but I can appreciate that for being different.
Me too. And then like he's like asleep, and we get some genuinely cool like cinematography in the bedroom when like the house is like you see the house through his bedroom window, and there's like this shadow of a hand reaching up to grab him, and it looks really fucking cool. It's all shot through like almost like a fisheye effect, and it fucking owns bones.
Yeah, I like that shot a lot.
This is when Jason Lee shows up and is a meanie. He plays this guy named Skull, who's Z's boyfriend, who's in a band, and he makes out with DJ's stuffed bunny as a means of owning him, I guess.
And he's like, I'm so funny. I didn't even think it.
Yeah, just fucking macking on a stuffed rabbit, dude, to own the kids. You got him. But he and Z get into a fight, so he leaves, but he gets, like, lured into the house by a kite on some, like, anglerfish shit. And he is also presumed dead for the remainder of this movie until the very end.
Part of me wishes that movie had a body count, but I also know why they had to do that.
Like, I genuinely feel like there was a version of this movie that ended with a body count, and then they showed it to whoever was the executives, and they were like, really can't have anyone dying here.
Hang on a second, this is a kid's movie.
Except for one character who does just die.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about her later. So we meet the next morning, I believe. We meet Jenny, who shows up to DJ's house and rings the doorbell, and has this really fun interaction with Z that I really like, where they're just like haggling over how much candy she's gonna buy from Jenny.
That was a really good scene.
Yeah, and then Jenny was doing her fucking Little Lord Fauntleroy strut over to the monster house, and DJ and Chud are like, "Hey, fucking get away!" And she makes a kind of crappy joke about them having mental handicaps.
That was such a low-hanging fruit. It was just on the ground.
Yeah, like there's a couple. There's that joke is like in isolation. It's really not that bad, I guess. Like
it's
sucks.
Not the worst, but it's not great.
Yeah, like this movie also has a problem with like fat people.
Yeah, that's my other issue.
Like. It's weird. Like, there are no... Like, Chowder is very obviously a fat kid, but there are no jokes at his expense for being fat.
It's just with a character later on.
There is also just a character later on whose entire thing is that she is, like, she weighs 600 pounds, and when people are mean to her, she goes Hulk on their asses, but then falls in a pit and dies.
Now, ignoring all that, I like her, and I liked the deal with the flashback scene that we'll get to later on.
I do too. I think it's just so...
No, it's horrible how they treat her.
So that aside, there's this fun sequence of the house trying to eat Jenny and the kids doing everything they can to stop that from happening.
I like the transformations that the house does a lot.
Yeah, the house gets to do some fun stuff in here. It's very it's almost like Baba Yaga-esque. Baba Yaga's hut, I guess, esque. Mm-hmm. But the house like tries to eat Jenny, but it doesn't, and so they pull Jenny back to the DJ's house, and they're like, okay, so here's the game plan, and also we're gonna be weird. We're gonna be gay. We're gonna be like in love with you.
We're gonna be gay.
I don't know why I said gay. Like I
That's what you wanted.
Listen, DJ's gonna figure some things out for himself in a couple of years. Like, he's gonna learn about what the word transgender means. He's gonna put a word to some feelings that he's been having.
He's still learning.
Yeah, he's still learning. It will be gay in a few years once DJ figures all those things out.
But they get like really fucking at each other over.
Yeah, I didn't like this part. I routinely despise it when this part is in movies. I just hate the unnecessary tension, the stupid tension of it. Like the sexism of it being like two men fighting over a woman aside. Like it's just never fun plot to me to have like two friends being like, no, I'm gonna kiss her. No, I'm gonna kiss her.
I appreciate the snappiness of the dialogue is still there, but I just don't care for that plot beat.
There is a very good line where there is a very good part where Chowder pretends to be on the phone with his dad, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Dad, whatever, bye," and then like throws the phone down and turns to DJ. He's like, "Oh, hey, DJ, you got another beer?" And then like all this done because Jenny just walked in the room, and he's just like, "Oh,
that was a pretty good bit."
Jenny, it was pretty good, yeah.
You just don't understand, Dad.
But Jenny finds their bottles of piss, and she's like, "Oh, I can't do this."
Fucking Girardi or whatever.
She calls her parents, and then what happens? What are they doing when the cops show up?
Are
they just like investigating the house, like doing some field tests?
I think they're just like heading toward the house.
Yeah.
The dog gets eaten. That's right.
Yeah, the dog gets eaten. That's right. And then they're walking towards the house, or they're chilling out in front of the house, just outside of its like range, I guess.
And then Paul Blart Mallcart comes out.
Yep, Paul Blart Mallcart rolls up with Nick Cannon in his passenger seat. Nick Cannon playing the role of the rookie who treats the rule book like a Bible, and it's supposed to be like I don't know, like I don't know. It's weird, I guess.
I thought it was kind of fun, but it is very odd.
Just like I don't know the I don't know. I don't know. My brain is like trying to formulate a conclusion here, but it's just turning into fine mist on me. But they show up. And they're like, okay, this house is... And DJ's like, okay, this house is fucked up and haunted. I'm going to walk towards it to prove you wrong. And then... or to prove that's true. And then the house doesn't do anything. And Jenny says, clever house. Like Jurassic Park, I think, is supposed to be the joke.
I guess.
But the cops are like, all right, y'all are playing. Bye. And they just kind of deuce out after doing some fun buddy cop stuff. Like, the dynamic between these two characters is fun. It's whatever, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So the cops show up, and then they're like, okay, we have to formulate a plan to beat the shit out of this monster house. Chowder, go... DJ's like, okay, I got this plan. Chowder, I need you to go steal a shitload of medicine bottles from your dad's job at the pharmacy. And Chowder's like, are you kidding me? I don't want to... I'm already in trouble with my dad. I don't want to go steal things from him. This plan is so stupid. And Jenny's like, I don't know, I think it'll work. And Chowder's like, absolutely, I agree. It's a good joke.
Son, what are you doing with all that medicine? You don't understand, Dad.
His dad wouldn't understand. It's true.
He doesn't understand because he doesn't exist.
Yeah, Chowder's dad is fake. Chowder was just like... Chowder was produced by asexual reproduction.
He just existed one day.
Yeah. Just kind of like popped into existence. There was an audible sound, and an 8-year-old boy with a cape was spawned.
His introduction scene was his inception.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time he'd ever shown up.
He's just like, I was born like this. Yeah, I don't remember anything before this moment.
He's a parasitic being who has inserted himself into DJ's life as though he has been friends forever.
I have implanted memories in your head, DJ.
I am your friend. I am Chowder. Wait a second. Monster House. Monster Howder.
Howder.
Monster Chowder. Oh shit! I think Chowder's the real Monster House of this movie.
Oh
I think
shit!
we figured it out.
You cracked it wide open.
This your days are fucking numbered, Chowder. Once we track you down, you're donezo, kid. But then Chowder does that. They rig up this vacuum cleaner to look like a teen walking onto the property of the house, and the house almost bites and eats the NyQuil. But then the cops show up and are like, all right, break it up here. And then the house is like, fuck this, and eats the cops.
I like the line of like, I'll get backup. I thought you didn't have backup. I'll get Judy.
It's pretty funny. But they get eaten, their car gets eaten, and the kids are like, well, what the fuck?
But then they almost get ate.
They almost get ate. They get out, but then they decide, you know what? We got to go back in. We gotta get them out. We gotta save the day. And their plan is to they like gear up with like super soakers and everything.
This movie is pretty good with the tension and like just intense scenes, like with the car getting gobbled up.
Yeah, absolutely. Car getting gobbled up was a pretty good scene. So they strap up with super soakers, and they're ready to take on the house. And what's their entry point for the house? Is it does Nevercracker show back up?
I think it's like they're in just like the house's mouth, and then there's like the bit about the uvula.
Yes, the very funny bit that was all over the commercials where Jenny shoots the uvula, or not Jenny, Chowder shoots the uvula, and the house throws up a little bit.
And I think they use a different take for the commercials version of that bit.
Yeah, but Jenny's like, oh, that's the uvula, and Chowder's like, so it's a girl house, which for a long time I thought that was I think I've talked about this before, but for a long time I thought that joke was like him really grotesquely misunderstanding the word vagina, but the joke is actually that Chowder knows what vulva is, and like maybe I just didn't pay close enough attention in health class, but like at age 12 I don't think I would have known what a vulva was.
Oh, there's another degree of this joke.
This joke's got layers, like an onion. Getting deep in there. So they find this like fat woman encased in concrete in the house, and they get the house to like yards them up after like this sequence of them like spelunking the house. And once they're like yardsed up into the yard, I believe that's when Mr. Nevercracker shows up, and they're all like, "Oh shit, a ghost!" And he's like, "I never died. Actually, I'm fine. Who told you I died?"
Yeah.
And then we find out this tragic backstory about Nevercracker and the woman in the house, which is that he went to a circus one day and saw a really fat woman being paraded out like in the fucking freak show.
Yeah, Constance.
Yes, Constance. And then she's being kept in a cage Dumbo style outside, and like
it's not great. I don't like how they treat her in this movie.
I don't. And like I don't like how she's portrayed either later once she is like quote unquote freed by Mr. Nevercracker, because they go to a house and then like she gets eggs thrown at her, and she goes into like a Herculean like a Hulk style fat rage, and then trips, falls into a huge pit, pulls the concrete machine out, and it like covers her and she dies.
It's not great. I do like the style of the flashback and just her and Nevercracker's relationship, I think it's sweet.
The relationship is cute. I don't like the things around it, and I don't like the way that she is portrayed.
This is definitely a movie from 2006.
Yeah. Which, like, I don't know. Again, it's just complex. I'm not saying I wish they had made jokes about Chowder's weight. I'm just surprised that those jokes are absent given this.
Yeah, really.
But so we learn all that, and they're like, okay, and then it's pretty obvious that Mr. Nevercracker is like almost being kept hostage by the house, but loves her too much to say like, okay, I can't be feeding you things anymore. And
I like the part of where he's just like, Halloween is the worst night. I gotta get these kids away.
Yeah, because he's like, he knows that if kids set foot on the property, the house will eat them.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to put up caution signs, but what's her name again? I keep forgetting.
Constance.
Constance, the house, keeps eating all the signs, which I think that's a pretty funny detail that persists throughout. Which is like there are like every time there's a sign put up in the yard, it's a different sign, and it always gets eaten.
That's a pretty good bit.
Yeah. There's this big final showdown where the house gets like the Baba Yaga house legs and starts like running around, and Nevercracker's like, all right, I'm gonna toss this dynamite in you. And the house is like, no, you won't. And DJ is like, I'm going to toss this dynamite in you. And the house is like, all right. The house explodes, and there's a really nice scene of Mr. Nevercracker dancing with the ghost of Constance.
That was nice, yeah.
Amidst, like, the falling debris and ash from the exploded house.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the movie ends with, like, Nevercracker, like, giving out all the shit that was stolen by the house. Like the girl from the start of the movie shows up and she's like, I'd like my tricycle back, please. And Nevercracker's like, here's your tricycle back, kid.
Hello, Mr. Nevercracker. Thank you for the trauma.
Thank you for the trauma and the tricycle. I needed this tricycle. I got it for my 4th birthday.
The movie's now come full circle.
Now this is the final part of the movie. We're doing callbacks to all the other things that already happened. And also, can I have my big brother back?
Your big what?
The joke being that like all of the people that got eaten by the house are back, including like the cops.
Yeah.
Who and the Kevin James is like, let's go inspect some candy. And God, what the fuck?
Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon. I don't know who the fuck I'm thinking of. Nick Cannon is like, yeah, let's go eat some candy too. Ha 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 ha.
Jokes, we got him.
Comedy. And then the movie ends with the dog and Skull like climbing themselves out of out of the pit. And I just realized we didn't talk about Bones at all this movie. John Heater's character, who is a high score chaser who winds up dating Elizabeth, and he's also a kind of big fat guy, but that's also not really joked about.
Not really. It's more joked about just him being like a loser.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm like dinging this movie for not having fat jokes. I'm just like, it literally puts a fat woman in a cage, but then makes no. Maybe it's just that the fat woman is the joke and the fat men are fine.
Maybe this movie's just sexist. I don't know.
That could be it. Like maybe that's it. Like I don't know. Dan Harmon's a pretty big guy. Like
yeah.
I mean, he is now at least. I don't know what he looked like at the time of this movie. But anyways, I digress. That's Monster House. Despite what I may have sounded like, I actually did really enjoy this movie a lot. We're going to get into ratings, and I'm going to say on a scale of... let's see. On a scale of 0 to 5 stuck basketballs, how many stuck basketballs do you think you're going to give this movie, JB?
0 to 5.
Yes. You can do half stuck basketballs.
I don't know how I cut this basketball in half, but I'd probably give it 3.5.
Yeah, that's about where I'm. That's about where I'm landing on this movie. I had some problems, but I definitely enjoyed this a hell of a lot more than I was expecting to. Like this definitely had it occupied a place in my mind of like those kind of those movies, which are. I didn't like what was it called, the witch whatever. The one we were talking about at the start.
Scary Godmother.
Scary Godmother, yes. I didn't like that one that much because I hated looking at the animation style. I never really liked Hocus Pocus too much because it kind of weirded me out a little bit as a kid.
Yeah, I like it, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, this one though, I genuinely think it's good, and not only is it good, it holds up surprisingly well, almost over a decade later. So, Monster House.
I think it holds up, and like you could enjoy this in like the bubble of animated quote-unquote horror, like something like Coraline, or I can't think of any other movies of that kind, really.
Mm-hmm. We got a question from @Pidmon who wants to know, if you got to inhabit a cursed object or location after you beefed it, what would your main foe be? I would probably I'd want my body to be buried in I want a zoo to be built on top of my burial ground.
We haunt a zoo.
My biggest rival in this would be just the person whoever is moving the tiger pit away from where my body is buried.
It's Kevin James.
Kevin James is explicitly relocating the tiger pit to fuck with me.
God, what would I want? So, place or object?
Yes, place or object.
That's really hard. Like I was thinking about it since we got that question.
See, I just saw that question. I whipped that one out.
I would probably want to possess like just a puppet, like let's say like a Kermit puppet.
Just Chucky.
Yes.
You want to do Child's Play, but a Kermit puppet. So your biggest problem would be your perpetually spurned lover inhabiting a Miss Piggy doll.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
And then I just become a meme. I just make like Vines and TikToks with like, hey, it's me, Kermit.
Kermit the Frog.
Open up the fucking door.
Kermit the Frog here. I am trying the cinnamon challenge.
Hey, Kermit, what are you doing? I'm dancing, bro.
Kermit the Frog here, doing my cool floss dance from Fortnite.
Do 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 do. And then my foe, Jim Henson's ghost.
The ghost of Jim Henson is coming to stop you from doing rogue.
He's like,
TikToks
stop.
in Kermit the Frog's body.
He's like, stop mocking my creation, and I'm like, no, I love Kermit. He's my favorite. And then he's like, but stop it.
This is a celebration of Kermit the Frog.
Don't worry about it, Jim. I'm just going on. And then he also possesses a Kermit, and then we just have a fight as two Kermits.
Kermit slap fight. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna get into recommendations now. Do you have a recommendation squared up?
For like another movie?
It can be a movie. It can be pretty much anything. I'm recommending a video game this week. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm recommending.
Does it have to be horror?
No, it can be anything. For an idea of how wide this breadth is, Blair once recommended pouring river water into your shoes on this segment.
I started the Outer Worlds like last week when it came out because I got Game Pass, and I'm really enjoying it.
Hell yeah!
I one thing that just like sold me more than not more, but like about as well as the quality of everything else that I really like about it, with just being cool RPG, very well written and everything, was like how stats work. Like this lady got me to go get information from a scientist, and all he had was like, we're working on a toothpaste, but if you like rearrange the chemicals, you could make like a missile or something. And then like my stats was like, you can lie and use your chemistry and just say that part instead of saying like, oh, they had a toothpaste formula. Because to just like sell info better than it actually was. And I'm like, oh, this is good.
Makes you think. Yeah, I am appreciating the Outer Worlds from afar, because while I respect the game, I know for a fact it is not a game I would like, because I have tried on multiple occasions to get into Fallout New Vegas. I've tried to start that game maybe 6 or 7 times, and I never get more than an hour deep in it. So I respect that game, but I'm just sitting here. I'm just smiling serenely and observing everyone have fun with it.
There's good quality in it. I do and like I love New Vegas, but I understand those games are not for everyone. But that's just media in general. Yeah,
that's true. Speaking of media that might not be for everyone, my recommendation this week, as previously forecasted, is going to be Parasite, the new Bong Joon-ho film, which orchiectomies. Orchiectomy is a thing of the past, because Bong Joon-ho will slap your nuts clean off with this movie.
Oh my god.
It's phenomenal. I think it is. Like, I have to admit, I've only ever seen one other movie of his, which was The Host, which I really loved. This was out of
What's his name again?
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Bongjoon-ho. He directed Snowpiercer.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah. A lot of movies about class consciousness. Makes you think.
Oh, he did Okja.
Yeah, he did Okja too. But yeah, this was... I saw it as part of a double feature with The Lighthouse, which I'm not recommending The Lighthouse just because that's going to be a future episode. So maybe go out and see The Lighthouse if you want to be in the loop on that episode, or go out and see The Lighthouse. But seriously, fucking find a... I genuinely think Parasite is one of the most important movies of this year, and, I feel about it the same way that I think a lot of people were feeling about Sorry to Bother You last year, which I know I still need to go out and see. So don't miss a chance to see Parasite in the theaters.
Well, now that you mentioned that, because I love Sorry to Bother You, that has me that much more interested. I was interested in Parasite, but now I'm like, who?
Yeah. Anyways, JB, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you on the net?
Thank you for having me. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Gemstone Jester. I like to stream the games. I do art and just talk about whatever on Twitter. And then
you're also sometimes on friend of the podcast Gage Sand Intolerance stream.
Yes, I am. We play games. We have lots of fun together. Being between being out of town for 2 weeks and Thanksgiving, I got to do something with him sometime soon. So you should check out our streams sometimes. We have fun.
Yeah,
and then on YouTube, I'm my username is Gemstone Ghost because that's an old one and I never bothered to change it. But I post archives of streams or highlights or just whatever fun videos to edit.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you want to find, well, no, actually, Patreon is the important one to start with. Patreon.com/fearbaiting is where you can help support the show. $1 a month is sometimes you get early access. We don't have any bonus content going up yet, but it's kind of a tip jar. $5 a month gets your name right on the show. You get to send in a message. $10 a month lets you do all that stuff, and also you get to make us watch a movie. So thank you very much to Michael Kaiser, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, Paul Bechtel, and Ducky Aisha. You can find us everywhere else at Fearbaiting. That's us on Gmail and also on Twitter. We also have a Tumblr, but we don't really use it that very often. Mm-hmm. If you want to find me, I'm twitter.com/sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA. You can also check out the other podcasts I do, such as The Wonder Years with editor of this podcast, Blair, and musician of this podcast, Seda, or also Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, the Leftism podcast with way too many hosts. And thank you very much to Matt GameCube of the Noisepace.xyz network for hosting this show and all the other ones I just mentioned. Thank you to Seda for their incredible intro and outro music, and you can find them on People You Meet Outside of Bars or at gaygothvibes.online. And thank you very much to Blair for editing this thing together. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of Fear Baiting. Until next time, I'm Sarah.
I'm JB.
And remember, I'm Sarah.
You can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.